Good morning. My name's Alan Mayer. I'm a retired Anglican priest, and we are looking at the Bible in 365 short studies. We are, at the moment, looking at the way the Bible understands creation and our place in it, and how it draws knowledge from nature about God's nature too. Today we are looking at a passage from the book of the prophet Isaiah. We're looking at chapter 25, verses 6 to 8. This is a famous passage about a banquet which God is going to prepare for us. Upon this mountain, Zion, Yahweh of armies will make for all nations a feast of rich food, a feast of well-matured wines, of rich food filled with marrow, of matured wines strained clear. And on this mount he will destroy the shroud that is cast over all the peoples, the sheet that has been draped over all the nations. He will swallow up death forever. This is possibly the earliest written text in the Bible in which the idea of death being abolished is put down in black and white. I believe it was a new idea, a fresh revelation to the visionary young prophet Isaiah. This accompanies his idea of a better world, a new future, when the nation will be governed by a faithful ruler and the world will be repaired, things to which we still aspire today. Isaiah's vision was no longer so parochial as only to apply to Israel's descendants. It was now for all nations. Isaiah was breaking new ground. God is not just a national icon, but the God of all the world, and death is to be abolished. This is not like the myths of the neighbouring nations, where they told the story of a fight between good and evil, personified as Baal and Moth or Mot. Isaiah had carefully demythologized the thought and widened the vision. He was not yet ready to talk of resurrection, but he was making great strides towards a new understanding of God's ultimate intentions towards the human race. Not only would our needs be met and our fears taken away, but we were now being told to expect celebration and abundance in joyful company in God's presence. Eventually, the writers of the New Testament were to dwell upon this passage as they in their turn described the victory of Christ over the last enemy, death. You might like to look up 1 Corinthians 15, verses 26 and 34, and the wedding feast in heaven described in the book of Revelation, which you can find in Revelation 21, verse 4. For these, we can be grateful to the young Isaiah, who has given the world hope as a gift in this great vision. Well, tomorrow we move away from Isaiah. We look at some other prophets, and particularly tomorrow to the prophet Amos. And he, once again, is talking about the rebuilding of the nation, the revival of its fortunes. See you tomorrow.